Dear students, today I am going to start the topic partial fractions. So what is the partial fractions? Partial fractions means if a fraction can be resolved into a sum of two or more fractions is called as a partial fraction. Partial fractions means resolving a given fraction into a sum of two or more fractions. That is called as resolving the given fraction into partial fractions or splitting the given fraction into partial fractions. So before going to the partial fractions, we should know about the terms of what are the polynomials and what are the types of polynomials and what are the rational fraction, what are the types of rational fractions, etc. Okay. First, we should know about what is a polynomial. Polynomial is an expression which contains two or more terms is called as a polynomial. Simply, we can say that like that. But an expression of the form a0 x to the power of n plus a1 x to the power of n minus 1 plus a2 x to the power of n minus 2 plus and so on plus an minus 1 x plus an. So this is called as the polynomial of degree n, nth degree polynomial, where n is a positive integer and a0 is not equal to 0, and these a0, a1, a2, a3, an minus 1 to an are real numbers, is called a polynomial, nth polynomial of in x of degree n. For example, let us take a polynomial 5 plus 3x. Here the degree of the polynomial is 1. So here the x power is 1. So we can take this polynomial of degree 1. For example, take the second example 3x square plus x minus y. So what is the highest degree term here? 3x square. So here the power of x is 2. So the degree of this polynomial is 2. And let us take one more example. 5x cube plus 2x square minus 3x plus 8. Here the highest degree term is 5x cube. Here the power of x is 3. So the degree of this polynomial is 3. So what are the types of polynomials? A linear polynomial means a polynomial of degree 1 is called a linear polynomial. The first example comes into the linear polynomial. If the polynomial of degree 1 is called as a linear polynomial. For example, 4x plus 9. So this is the variable. What is the degree of highest degree of x is 1. So this is the linear polynomial. Next, quadratic polynomial. A polynomial of degree 2 is called a quadratic polynomial. So here the highest degree term is x square. So the power is 2. So this is called as a quadratic polynomial. And what is a cubic polynomial? If a polynomial of degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. For example, 5x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 6. So here the highest degree term is 5x cube. Power is 3. So the polynomial of degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. And a polynomial of degree 4 is called as a biquadratic polynomial. And we should know about what is a rational fraction. What is a fraction? numerator by denominator. Rational fraction, an expression of the form f of x by g of x, where f of x, the numerator, and g of x are polynomials in x. F of x means the function of x in terms of x, and g of x is also a function of x, where f of x and g of x are polynomials in x, and the denominator g of x is not equal to 0 is called as a rational fraction. Rational fractions are two types. They are proper fraction and improper fraction. So what is a proper fraction? In a rational fraction, f of x by g of x, here f of x is a polynomial and g of x is a polynomial. So we can say that what is the degree of the polynomial of f of x and what is the degree of g of x. If degree of f of x, that is numerator, if the degree of f of x is less than the degree of g of x, then the rational fraction is called as a proper fraction. So, if the degree of f of x is less than the degree of g of x, is called a proper fraction. In other words, the degree of the numerator, the polynomial of the numerator, is less than the degree of the denominator, then the fraction, rational fraction f of x by g of x is called a proper fraction. For example, 3x plus 2 by x square minus 5x plus 6. So what is the degree of the numerator here, f of x? That is 1. And what is the degree of the denominator here? 2. This is the highest power is in x square, highest degree term is x square, the power is 2. So here the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. Here also you can see that x cube minus 1. So what is the degree of the numerator here? 3. And what is the degree of the denominator here? That is 5. So the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. This is also a proper fraction. For example, one more example, 2 by x square minus 1. So here in the numerator we have only constant, but what is the degree of this expression? 0. X term is not there. This can be written as 2 into x power 0. So the degree of the numerator is 0 and the degree of the denominator is 2. So these are the proper fractions. If improper fraction means, in a rational fraction f of x by g of x, if the degree of f of x is greater than or equal to the degree of g of x, is called as an improper fraction. So the degree of the numerator is greater than or equal to the degree of the denominator is called as an improper fraction. For example, x square minus 4 by 5x square plus 2. So here the degree of the numerator is 2 and the degree of the denominator is also 2. So this is called as the improper fraction. Here the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator. 3 is greater than 2. And here the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator. So these are called as improper fractions. So in rational fraction there are two types of fractions. One is proper fraction and the other is improper fraction. So in a rational fraction f of x by g of x, if the degree of the f of x numerator is less than the degree of g of x, then that is called as the proper fraction. Otherwise means the degree of the numerator is greater than or equal to the degree of the denominator, then that is called as the improper fraction. And what is the proper fraction? What is the partial fraction? So what is a partial fraction means? Resolving a given fraction into partial fractions is nothing but expressing it as the sum of two or more fractions. So splitting a given fraction into a sum of two or more fractions is called as resolving into partial fractions. So how to resolve a given proper fraction into partial fractions? Suppose we have given a rational fraction, we have to resolve it into partial fractions. That means we have to divide the sum of two or more fractions by taking the given single fraction. So at first, to resolve it into a proper partial fractions, the fraction should be a proper fraction. That means the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. If we have given an improper fraction, at first we have to divide the improper fraction by the denominator and convert it into the proper fraction by taking the remainder. That is, before splitting a fraction into partial fractions, it must be a proper fraction. If not, then divide f of x with g of x till we obtain a remainder r of x of lower degree than g of x. Then it can be expressed as f of x by g of x is equal to some quotient plus the remainder by the denominator g of x. Then we resolve the proper fraction r of x by g of x into partial fractions. So at first, before splitting it into the partial fractions, the fractions should be a proper fraction. So after getting the proper fraction, so how to resolve a proper fraction into partial fractions? So by taking the given proper fraction, check the denominator. Is it possible to decompose the factors as factors? Is it possible to write the factors, number of factors as possible? So if it is possible to write the factors, we should write the factors in the denominator. To every non-repeated linear factor ax plus b of g of x, there corresponds a partial fraction of the form a by ax plus b, where a is a constant which is to be determined. For example, we have given a fraction 3x plus 7 by some x square minus 3x plus 2. Here x square, the denominator is x square minus 3x plus 2. We can write the factorize the expression as x minus 1 into x minus 2. Two factors are there, two linear factors are there. So for that, we should take partial fraction of the form a by ax plus b. That means in the denominator we have two linear factors. For each linear factor we should take one constant, that is some constant a by x minus 1, plus for the second factor take the another constant b by x minus 2. So by simplifying that, after we should find the values of a and b. After finding the values of a and b, we can substitute in this resolving fractions. If in the denominator we have the repeated linear factor, then we should write, suppose we have given 3x plus 7 by some whole cube, x minus 1 whole cube, then we should take the partial fractions as a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 1 whole square plus c by x minus 1 whole cube. So that is the dividing the partial fractions. Here c a by ax plus b by ax plus b whole square plus c by ax plus b whole cube. To every non-repeated quadratic factor, there corresponds a partial fraction of the form ax plus b by ax square plus bx plus b. Suppose in the denominator we have the quadratic factor which cannot be factorized. Then we should take the partial fraction as like two terms, that is the x term and the constant like ax plus b by that quadratic factor, that is ax square plus bx plus c. where a and b are constants to be determined. For example, x square by x minus 1 into x square minus x plus 1. See here, in the denominator we have one linear factor and one quadratic factor. With this quadratic factor we cannot factorize. So for the linear factor x minus 1, we should take the partial fraction as a by x minus 1, plus the second factor is the quadratic factor. So we should take two terms like this, bx plus c by x square minus x plus 1. So after writing this, we can solve the values for a, b, c, and find the values of a, b, c and substitute it in the partial fractions. So we'll see some problems on partial fractions. Resolve 1 by x plus 1 into x minus 3 into partial fractions. So this is the proper fraction. This given fraction is the proper fraction, and the degree of the numerator is 0 and the degree of the denominator is 2. So here if we see in the denominator, two linear factors are there. So in the denominator we can see two linear factors. If we have given the two linear factors in the non-repeated factors, then we should take partial fractions like this, a by x plus 1 plus b by x minus 3. So resolving the given fraction, single fraction, into partial fractions means splitting the given fraction into sum of two or more fractions. So that is, so here in the given fraction we have two linear factors in the denominator, so we can split the fraction into partial fractions as take some constant a by x plus 1 plus b by x minus 3. So by taking LHS and RHS, we should determine the values of a and b. Then after finding the values of a and b, by substituting in these fractions, in these partial fractions, we can find the resolving the partial fractions for the given single fraction. So 1 by x plus 1 into x minus 3 can be written as a by x plus 1 plus b by x minus 3. So by taking LCM here, what we will get, a into x minus 3 plus b into x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x minus 3. So by equating both sides, these denominators are equal, so we can cancel these two denominators and equate the numerators here. That is, 1 is equal to a into x minus 3 plus b into x plus 1. So to find the values of a and b in this equation, so take the zeros of these expressions. If x plus 1 is equal to 0, if x is equal to minus 1, by putting x is equal to minus 1, then this term becomes 0. We can find the value of a. And the next step, zeros of x minus 3 is 3. If if we put x is equal to 3, this term becomes 0. Then we can find the value of b. Thus, we can find the values of a and b. Then by substituting these two values in this first equation, we will get the partial fractions. So put x is equal to minus 1 in the second equation. That is, 1 is equal to a into minus 1 minus 3 plus b into minus 1 plus 1. That is, b into 0 is 0. A into minus 4a is equal to 1. So a is equal to minus 1 by 4. Thus we got the value of a. In the next step, put x is equal to 3. Then this equation, second equation, becomes 1 is equal to a into 3 minus 3 plus b into 3 plus 1. That is, 1 is equal to a into 0, 0 plus 3 plus 1 into 4, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 into b is 4b. So here 4b is equal to 1, b is equal to 1 by 4. So we got these two values, a is equal to minus 1 by 4 and b is equal to 1 by 4. So now substitute these two values in the first equation, what we have written as partial fractions. Then that becomes 1 by x plus 1 into x minus 3 is equal to minus 1 by 4 by x plus 1 plus 1 by 4 by x minus 3. So here 4 comes into the denominator, that is minus 1 by 4 into x plus 1 plus 1 by 4 into x minus 3. Thus we can resolve the given fraction into partial fractions. So what we did here, so we have given the fraction 1 by x plus 1 into x minus 3. So this is divided into a sum of two fractions, that is minus 1 by 4 into x plus 1 plus 1 by 4 into x minus 3. So this is called as a resolving into resolving the given fraction into partial fractions. For that, at first we should take the given fraction and check whether it is proper fraction or improper fraction. If it is improper fraction, divide the numerator by the denominator until we get a proper fraction. And if it is a proper fraction, then take the proper fraction and check the denominator. If it is possible to factorize the expression, factorize it, then check whether it is a linear factor or quadratic factor, what are the factors present in the denominator. If it is a non-repeated linear factor, we can write it as, if two linear factors are there, then we can write it as a by ax plus b plus b by bx plus c, like that. So here we have two linear factors, that's why you take two fractions, a by x plus 1 plus b by x minus 3. So after writing the fractions like this, then by taking LCM, after taking the LCM, then equate the numerators and find the values of a and b by substituting the 0 values of x. Then substitute a and b values in the first equation. Resolve 4 by x minus 2 into x minus 5 into partial fractions. So here the given fraction is a improper fraction because the degree of the numerator is 0 and the degree of the denominator is 2. So the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. So this is the proper fraction. And if we observe the denominator, two linear factors are there. So non-repeated linear factors are there. So we can write it as a by x minus 2 plus b by x minus 5. That is, by equating the numerators, by taking LCM, we will get a into x minus 5 plus b into x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 into x minus 5. So both sides of the denominators are equal. So by the cancellation, we will get the numerators of both sides, that is 4 is equal to a into x minus 5 plus b into x minus 2. Now to get the values of a and b, take the zeros of these expressions, that is if x minus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to 5, and if x minus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to 2. So once in the first step put x is equal to in the equation, that becomes 4 is equal to a into 2 minus 5 plus b into 2 minus 2. That is 4 is equal to minus 3a plus 0, that is a is equal to minus 4 by 3, minus 3a is equal to 4, so a is equal to minus 4 by 3. Similarly, by putting x is equal to 5, this term becomes 0. So put x is equal to 5, then the equation becomes 4 is equal to a into 5 minus 5 plus b into 5 minus 2. That is 4 is equal to 0 plus 5 minus 2, 3, 3b. b is equal to 4 by 3. So a is equal to minus 4 by 3 and b is equal to 4 by 3. So now after getting the values of a and b, then substitute it in the given equation 1. So now the given rational fraction 4 by x minus 2 into x minus 5 can be written as a by x minus 2. What is a here? A is minus 4 by 3 by x minus 2. That can be written as minus 4 by 3 into x minus 2 plus what is b? B is equal to 4 by 3. 4 by 3 into x minus 5. So the given rational fraction can be written as 4 by x minus 2 into x minus 5 is equal to minus 4 by 3 into x minus 2 plus 4 by 3 into x minus 5. So these are the partial fractions to the given fraction 4 by x minus 2 into x minus 5. Third problem, resolve x minus 1 by x minus 2 into x minus 3 into partial fractions. Check whether it is proper fraction or improper fraction. So what is the degree of the numerator here? That is 1. X power is 1 only. And what is the degree of the denominator? Degree of the denominator, while finding the degree of the denominator, if it is the factors, then find the product. Then here you will get the highest degree term is x square. So the degree of the denominator is 2. So this is the proper fraction. Then we can resolve it into partial fractions. So observe the denominator already factorized. The denominator is factorized as two factors, that is x minus 1 by x minus 2 into x minus 3, that is equal to, so here two non-repeated linear factors are there. For that we can write these as two partial fractions, two fractions, sum of two fractions, that is some constant a by x minus 2 plus b by x minus 3. In the left hand side, the numerator is x minus 1 and the denominator is x minus 2 into x minus 3. So by taking LCM here, a into x minus 3 plus b into x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 into x minus 3. So here the denominators are equal, so it can be cancelled. Then by equating the numerators on both sides, that is x minus 1 is equal to a into x minus 3 plus b into x minus 2. Now we should find the values of a and b constants. So now by taking x is equal to 3 once and x is equal to 2, then we will get the a and b values. We should substitute x values throughout the equation. So put x is equal to, then in the left hand side x minus 1 is there, put x is equal to, that is 2 minus 1 is equal to a into 2 minus 3 plus b into 2 minus 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 is equal to minus a plus 0, that is a is equal to minus 1. Thus we got the value of a. Similarly put x is equal to 3. So by substituting x is equal to 3 in the equation 2, we get 3 minus 1 is equal to a into 3 minus 3 plus b into 3 minus 2. So here 3 minus 1 is equal to a into 3 minus 3 is 0. So that is a into 0 is 0 plus b into 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. B into 1, that is b. B is equal to 2. So thus we got the values of a is equal to minus 1 and b is equal to 2. So after getting the values of the constants a and b, then substitute these values in the first equation, that is x minus 1 by x minus 2 into x minus 3 is equal to, what is a, what is the value of a here? Minus 1 by x minus 2 plus 2 by x minus 3. Thus we can resolve the given fraction into partial fractions. So first we have taken the denominator factors and two linear factors are there. So we should write partial fractions like this: a by x minus 2 plus b by x minus 3. Then after writing the partial fractions we should take the LCM, then cancel the denominators, then equate the numerators, then put x values to get 0 values of the expression, to get the values of a and b. Then we'll get a is equal to minus 1 and b is equal to. Then the given fraction can be resolved into partial fractions as minus 1 by x minus 2 plus 2 by x minus 3. Next problem. Resolve 3x by x minus 2 into x plus 1 into partial fractions. Check whether it is proper fraction or improper fraction. So what is the degree of the numerator here? 1. And what is the degree of the denominator? 2. So the fraction is the rational fraction is the proper fraction. Then let us take that fraction 3x by x minus 2 into x plus 1 is equal. If we check the denominator, already these are factors are written: x minus 2 into x plus 1. These are the linear factors, non-repeated factors. So we can take the partial fractions as a by x minus 2 plus b by x plus 1. Now by taking LCM here, what we will get: a into x plus 1 plus b into x minus 2 by x plus 1 into x minus 2. So here the denominators are equal, so we can cancel the denominators and equate the numerators. That is 3x is equal to a into x plus 1 plus b into x minus 2. To get the values of a and b here, put x is equal to, then in the equation 2, that becomes 3 into 2, that is equal to 6, is equal to a into x is equal to a into 2 plus 1 plus b into 2 minus 2. So that is 6 is equal to 2 plus 1 in 1 is 3, 3a. So a is equal to 6 by 3, that is equal to, so the a is equal to 2. Now to get the value of b, this time put x is equal to minus 1. Then the equation becomes 3 into minus 1 is equal to a into minus 1 plus 1 plus b into minus 1 minus 2. So that is 3 into minus 1 minus 3, that is equal to 0, minus 3 into b minus 3b. So minus 3b is equal to minus 3, b is equal to 1. So this can be written as, so what is the given rational fraction here? 3x by x minus 2 into x plus 1 is equal to 2 by x minus 2 plus 1 by x plus 1. So these are the partial fractions to the given fraction 3x by x minus 2 into x plus 1. Problem. 2x by x square minus 49 into partial fractions. Let us take the given fraction 2x by x square minus 49. Is it check whether it is proper fraction, improper fraction. It is the proper fraction. Know that the degree of the numerator is 1 and the degree of the denominator is 2. So this is the proper fraction. So in the denominator we can see that expression x square minus 49. Can we factorize this expression? Yes, it is possible to factorize it. So this is in the form of x square minus b square, which can be written as a plus b into a minus b, that is x plus 7 into x minus 7. So these are the two linear factors. So this can be written as 2x by x plus 7 into x minus 7 is equal to, so two linear factors, non-repeated linear factors. So that can be written as a by x plus 7 plus b by x minus 7. Now by taking LCM, what we will get? A into x minus 7 plus b into x plus 7 divided by x plus 7 into x minus 7. So in the both sides of denominators, you can cancel the denominators because they are equal. Now by equating the numerators, that is 2x is equal to a into x minus 7 plus b into x plus 7. So now we have to find the values of the constants a and b. For that, substitute x is equal to 7 once and x is equal to minus 7 in the second step. So by putting x is equal to 7, that becomes in this equation 2x is equal to a into x minus 7 plus b into x plus 7. 2 into 7, that is equal to 14, is equal to a into 7 minus 7, that becomes 0, a into 0 is 0, plus b into 7 plus 7, that is 14b. 14 is equal to 14b, that is b is equal to 1. Thus we got the value of one constant, that is b is equal to 1. Now put x is equal to minus 7 in the equation. Then that becomes 2 into minus 7, that is minus 14, is equal to a into minus 7, that becomes minus 14. Minus 14 into a, minus 14a. So minus 14 is equal to minus 14a. So a is equal to 1. Thus we got the values of a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. So after getting the values of a and b, then substitute it in the equation 2x by x plus 7 into x minus 7 is equal to a by x plus 7 plus b by x minus 7. That is 2x by x square minus 49 can be written as a is equal to 1 and also b is equal to 1. 1 by x plus 7 plus 1 by x minus 7. By adding these two, we will get this same fraction. So this is the procedure to resolving the given fraction into partial fractions. So what is the procedure to resolving the given fraction into partial fractions? First, we have to check whether it is proper fraction or improper fraction. If it is a improper fraction, then divide the numerator by the denominator until we get a proper fraction. Then by taking the proper fraction, then observe that in the denominator, is it possible to factorize the fraction expression in the denominator. If it is possible to write the factors, linear factors, write the linear factors. If it is a non-repeated linear factor, we should take a by ax plus b by ax and a1x plus b, etc. If it is a linear factor, we should take bx plus c by that linear factor. So here in this problem, here x square minus 49 can be written as x plus 7 into x minus 7. So this can be written as two linear factors. That's why you are taking the partial fractions as a by x plus 7 plus b by x minus 7. So after writing the partial fractions, then by taking LCM and by equating the numerators of the both sides, we can find the constant values a and b. Okay. So after finding the values of a and b, then substitute in the first equation. Resolve 5x plus 6 by 2 plus x into 1 minus x. Here also we can see that the given fraction is a proper fraction and already factorized the denominator as two factors, two linear factors, that is 2 plus x and 1 minus x. So these are the non-repeated linear factors. So we can take the partial fractions as a by 2 plus x plus b by 1 minus x. Then by taking LCM, we will get a into 1 minus x plus b into 2 plus x by 2 plus x into 1 minus x. So the denominators are equal, so we can cancel the denominator. So that can be written as 5x plus 6 is equal to a into 1 minus x plus b into 2 plus x. So that put x is equal to this to find the values of a and b. Put x is equal to minus 2 one time and put x is equal to 1 the next time. Then put x is equal to minus 2 in the equation 5x plus 6 is equal to a into 1 minus x plus b into 2 plus x. Then if we put x is equal to minus 2, this becomes 5 into minus 2, that is minus 10 plus 6 is equal to a into 1 minus x means minus 2, 1 minus or minus 2, that becomes 1 plus 2 plus b into 2 minus 2. The second term becomes 0. Here minus 10 plus 6 is minus 4 is equal to 1 plus 2 3a. So a is equal to minus 4 by 3. Now this time put x is equal to 1, that becomes 5 into 1 5 plus 6 is equal to a into 1 minus 1 plus b into 2 plus 1. Then 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, 11 is equal to a into 1 minus 1, that is 0, plus b into 2 plus 1, that is 3b. So b is equal to 11 by 3. So now we got the values of a and b here. Now by substituting a and b in the given in the equation 1, we can write it as 5x plus 6 by 2 plus x into 1 minus x is equal to a is equal to minus 4 by 3 into 2 plus x plus b is equal to 11 by 3 into 1 minus x, that is 11 by 3 into 1 minus x. So this is the resolving the given fraction into partial fractions. Thus we resolved the single fraction 5x plus 6 by 2 plus x into 1 minus x as a sum of two fractions, that is minus 4 by 3 into 2 plus x plus 11 by 3 into 1 minus x. Next problem. 1 by resolve 1 by x square into x minus 2 as partial fractions. So this is the proper fraction because the degree of the numerator is 0 and the degree of the denominator is 3. So this is the proper fraction. If we observe in the denominator, we can see the one is the repeated factors, two repeated factors are there and one non-repeated factor. For that we can take the linear repeated factors as a by x plus b by x square plus c by x minus 2. Now here the LCM is x square into x minus 2. Both sides of denominators are equal, so we can cancel them. Here by taking LCM, what we will get a into x minus 2, ax into x minus 2 plus b into x minus 2 plus c into x square. 1 is equal to ax into x minus 2 plus b into x minus 2 plus cx square. So by expanding these terms, we will get ax into ax square minus 2ax plus bx minus 2b plus cx square. Here if we see this, here linear factor is only one factor is there. By putting x is equal to, we will get only one constant value, but we have to find the values of a, b and c. For that we will do like this, by expanding all the terms and writing the terms together, splitting the terms as x square term, x term and constants. By comparing the coefficients of the x square term, x term and constants on both sides, we will get some equations. By solving those equations, we will get the values of the constants a, b and c. For that, see this one. By expanding these terms, ax square minus 2ax plus bx minus 2b plus cx square. So first write the x square terms together, that is ax square plus one more x square term is cx square. So by taking x square as common, we can write it as a plus c into x square. So this is the x square term. So what is the coefficient of x square term? A plus c. Similarly, write the x term here plus minus 2a plus b into x. This is the x term. And what are the constants here? Only one constant is there, that is minus 2b. So in the right hand side we have x square term, x term and the constant. In the left hand side only the constant. By comparing the coefficients of x square terms, x terms and constants, we will get here a plus c. X square, the coefficient of x square term is a plus c here. So in the left hand side no x square term is there. So the coefficient of x square term should be taken as 0, that is a plus c is equal to 0. Similarly, the coefficient of x term is minus 2a plus b in the right hand side. In the left hand side, no x term present. So, the coefficient of x term is 0. So, that is minus 2a plus b is equal to 0. Finally, the constant in the right hand side is minus 2b and the left hand side is 1. By equating these two, we get minus 2b is equal to 1, so b is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now substituting the value of b in the second equation, we will get 2a is equal to b, that is a is equal to minus 1 by 4, that is b by 2, that is minus 1 by 4. Similarly, c is equal to minus a, that is c is equal to 1 by 4. Thus, we get the value of a is equal to minus 1 by 4, b is equal to minus 1 by 2 and c is equal to 1 by 4. Now substituting these values in the first equation, we will get 1 by x square into x minus 2 can be written as a sum of three fractions, that is minus 1 by 4x minus 1 by 2x square plus 1 by 4 into x minus 2. Next problem. Resolve 9 by x minus 1 into x plus 2 whole square as partial fractions. So that is 9 by x minus 1 into x plus 2 whole square is equal to, here if we check the denominator, we can see one linear factor and two repeated linear factors, one non-repeated linear factor and two repeated linear factors. So here three linear factors are there, that is a by x minus 1 plus b by x plus 2 plus c by x plus 2 whole square. So by taking LCM here, we will get a into x plus 2 whole square plus b into x minus 1 into x plus 2 plus c into x minus 1 by x minus 1 into x plus 2 whole square. So both sides of the denominators are equal, so we can cancel the denominators and we can equate the numerators. So 9 is equal to a into, by expanding these terms we will get x square plus 4x plus 4 plus b into x square plus x minus 2 plus c into x minus 1. Now writing the terms here, ax square plus 4ax plus 4a plus bx square plus bx minus 2b plus cx minus c. Now what are the x square terms here? A plus b, a plus b into x square plus, what are the x terms here? 4ax plus bx plus cx. By taking x as common here, we will get 4a plus b plus c into x plus, and what are the constants here? 4a minus 2b minus c. So this is the constant. By comparing the coefficients of the x square terms and x term and constants on both sides, here we have only the constant, that is 9. So 4a minus 2b minus c is equal to 9. And the coefficient of x square 0 and the coefficient of x is also 0. So a plus b is equal to 0, that is a is equal to, a is can be written as minus b. And the second equation is 4a plus b plus c is equal to 0. By putting a is equal to minus b in this equation, we will get minus 4b minus 2b minus c is equal to 9. That is minus 4b plus b plus c is equal to 0, minus 3b plus c is equal to 0. So by solving these two equations, we will get, from adding 2 plus 3, we will get minus 9b is equal to 9 and b is equal to minus 1. So a is equal to minus b, that means a is equal to 1. So here c is equal to, by substituting in this equation, 4a plus b plus c is equal to 0. 4 into a is equal to 1, 4 minus 1 plus c is equal to 0. So c is equal to minus 3. So we got the values of a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1 and c is equal to minus 3. So by substituting these values in the equation, 9 by x minus 1 into x plus 2 whole square is equal to a by x minus 1, that is 1 by x minus 1 plus minus 1 by x plus 2 minus 3 by x plus 2 whole square. Thus, we can resolve the given fraction into a sum of 2 or 3 fractions.